We are here because of a number of things that have been happening in our country. It's not any one isolated case. So even though, yes, primarily persons may be talking about the salary increase for the politicians, it's so much deeper than that. We have been facing injustice by the hands of our politicians, the powers that be, for a very long time. And we're saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I mean, we're calling out people to let your voice be heard. Oftentimes we're on the sidelines and we're behind closed doors and we're talking, but we have to get into action, right? We cannot allow the superpowers that be, not just only in Jamaica, but the world, to manipulate us and to shove things down our throats. There's a time that we have to act, and it is action time now. So we're calling out Jamaicans, we're calling out people in the diaspora. It's action time, time to act. Let your voice be heard. Enough is enough. This is not going to be accepted. It's injustice. You cannot say you were not able to give other groups more than you gave them. But then within a couple of weeks, you're saying that we have recovered so well from COVID that you can give yourselves such a massive increase. I don't think anybody's against increase, because if you're working somewhere, over time, increase is expected. But it's the vastness, the massiveness of the increase that we're talking about, while other people are suffering. And I mean people who are working hard, nurses, teachers, police officers, putting their lives at risk for the people of this nation, and they cannot get the increase that is really they're deserving of. It is unjust, it is unfair, it is wicked, it is evil.
So we felt it was not justified for the minister and his cabinet to get a 300% increase, while teachers barely scraped and were forced to sign a wage agreement that left us with less money taking home than we were before. And at the end of the day, the justification is that they did their research and they have recovered from COVID. But look at it, the health sector has declined by 22%. The last time I checked, we are the third poorest country in the Caribbean, second poorest country in the Caribbean, per capita if you distribute our money. And yet at the end of the day, persons who are on minimum wage, $13,000 to begin with, they can't survive. You cannot survive. How is it that we didn't have any money to increase minimum wage to a higher amount, but then we are increasing people who are already at PAYE level? How is that fair? Persons who are working for years can't buy a house because they just put a $1 million on it, when at the minimum for a house is $15 million. How that serve our country? That doesn't serve our country. You're telling us that it's justified. How is it justified? What happened to the people who are making $13,000? If you cannot survive on $12 million, how is the person that is getting $13,000 surviving? And you want an increase, but you're not giving them one. You don't see that this is highway robbery, and this is worse than the scammers. This is worse than the scam. You're looking in our face and telling us that we should be okay while you take this hike in a pay increase. It's not fair.
Part of an organization. I am here as a Jamaican, and I feel offended because of what just took place. I think they deserve a raise. The Prime Minister's salary was rubbish. The man works hard. The man all of them deserve a raise. I have no problem with that, but the amount by which their salaries was increased, that amount, and the timing of it coming after the nurses were literally, the teachers recently were literally begging for something that made sense. It's unconscionable, it's arrogant, and it's insensitive. So we can't accept that. And this doesn't mean that the opposition are our saviors either, because you sit down and taking it. I haven't heard the opposition say we're going to take less too. I haven't heard that. In all fairness, when Bruce Golding became Prime Minister, he took a 15% pay cut. In all fairness, I don't hear the opposition saying, no, we're not going to take all of that. So the system does corrupt. We're in a bad way. But I don't think we should sit down and take this. I know too many nurses and teachers and police struggling. So no, I'm offended by this.
But I came out to make my voice heard, to play my part in ensuring that we don't just sit down and allow the people that we elect, that we hire, to determine how they do things, and also have a problem with the blatancy. the blatant way that they do things. I didn't agree to this pay hike. A lot of people around here, as you can see, they never agreed to it. We never heard about it. Nobody spoke to us about it. Our opinions weren't asked. And frankly, we're sick and tired of the way that the government is operating. I don't think it's a matter of all for themselves. I think they're making some decisions that it seemingly appears as if we're no longer a democracy and it's now a dictatorship.
As a civil servant, I work for government. I live in Jamaica all my life, and I believe truly that this is blatant theft. This is blatant theft. Government is scamming us. They're stealing from us, digging on into their pockets to pay for themselves. Who is evaluating them? We do not know. We do not know. I remember recently a fireman had to climb up on top of the transportation center in Half-a-Tree just to be able to have his voice heard about the horrendous conditions that he works under. Right? No, there are no breaks. They're working 24/7. They don't get paid time off. They're not getting paid leave. This is foolishness. They're taking home $70,000 a month. What can $70,000 do after you don't pay your rent and probably you pay for some food? That is it. Where's JPS money? Where is the water money? Where's the internet money? Where is the kids' money to send them to school? It is foolishness. Who is evaluating these politicians that they think that they deserve a raise? We do not know. But if government is the people, we the people say they do not deserve it.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here, Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Like the video before you go. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And remember to share the video with your friends and family. And browse the channel for more quality content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them!